We straight, we straight.
Peace, 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 everyone. Dr. Bass, pleasure to be in your presence. Good to be here with y'all again. And yeah, source, true self, the universe, whatever you want to call it. Well, then again, I guess the universe is a very broad term because shout out to Bobby Hemmett, the universe houses all kind of fucked up entities, right? And a good bit of them surprisingly here in this earth plane, Kai, Tiamat, whatever you want to call her, which is interesting because if you have to count just this earth plane alone, it's still minuscule comparing to the rest of the dimensions and timelines and worlds and realities that exist out there. But let me not get yeah, too beside the point. I mean to say, yes, pleasure to be with you again, Dr. Bass. How's it going, brother?
Oh yeah, it's always a pleasure, we vibing high, we vibing high, we just learning more things, like the truth is coming out, and everyone who's been keeping secrets, everyone who's been keeping the lies from you, the truth shall come into light, and it's all coming out right now.
Oh yes, Dr. Bass. I'm telling you, like, bro, yo, everybody who we thought were real are fake as shit. And everybody who we thought were crazy, these people knew what they were talking about. Everybody who we thought had our best interest at heart, bro, I'm telling you, these motherfuckers are like venomous snakes, cockroaches. Like, bro, I'm telling you, I would much prefer the bitter truth than a sweet lie. I'm tired of the sweet lies. I'm tired of things that are just sweet in general. I'm tired of this physical body for real. I'm tired of eating. I'm tired of shitting. I'm tired of drinking. I'm tired of every fucking thing, my brother. I'm telling you, get me the fuck off of this realm. And yet, every time I come back to this bitch, I'm like, goodness gracious, why the fuck do I keep coming back to this bitch? You know what I'm saying, my brother? But either way, bro, we're gonna make it happen today. Part two, humanity and attachment, as well as the rest of the title that you already made for the last live. Like, yeah, bro, my brother, this is part two. Yeah, like I said the last time, we don't see the animals, or yeah, we just don't see the animals, because shout out to Brother Panic and Bobby Hemmett for mentioning it, but also Alistair Crowley. He wrote it in his book Liber Alvel Legis, the Book of the Law. Uh yeah, everything is up to, I can't remember the verse exactly. Is up, it's in the first chapter though of his book, Liber Alvel Legis, the Book of the Law. My prince priest the beast. Let me read it. Let me read it so that y'all could see that I ain't bullshitting, my brother, because I'm here to literally share the good stuff. I'm here to share the good stuff, Dr. Bass. I'm telling you, the people ought to know. They ought to know. They ought to dive deep into the occult. They ought to dive deep into the things that they've been hiding from them for so long, the things that they should know, because all of this stuff is stuff that they literally stole from us. We are the fathers and mothers of civilizations. Yes, black people, so called, niggas, nagas, melanated people. We are the fathers and mothers of civilization. The animals are literally our exact opposite. Monkeys can climb trees. Snakes can slither very quickly, as well as protect themselves with the venom that they've created over however many cycles. Buffalo and bison and bulls, they can attack with their horns and whatnot. Lions are, well, do I need to explain? Lions and wolves and whatnot, they've got their teeth and whatnot. While humans are just, uh, where's the crickets at? Bro, I'm telling you, let me read that part. Let me read that part. Yes, verse 15 of chapter 1 of Aleister Crowley's Book of the Law. Now ye shall know that the chosen priest and the apostle of infinite space, which is the great void, which they call space, the great mother, which is literally, shout out to Bobby Hemmett. When you see the mother and the child in ancient Typhonian times, ancient matriarchal feminine times, Aset literally represents the triple blackness of the void, and Heru represents the sun, the original light that came from the void. Dr. Bass, I'm telling you, brother, this is stuff that, yo, they won't be teaching. I mean, they haven't been teaching this shit for less than 2,000 years, ever since this whole Christianity thing reared its ugly head. What the fuck makes us think that they're going to teach it to us now? But anyway, now ye shall know that the chosen priest and the apostle of infinite space is the prince priest, the beast. The beast. Remember the so-called Sphinx that's right there in Kemet in Egypt? The animal body and the head of the man, literally representative of the same way that the animals are capable of doing everything that they're known for. You can do the same as well, but you need to tap in. You, man, shout out to Hilton Hotima in his book, if I'm not mistaken, his two-volume book, The Secrets of Regeneration. Um, Mankind is the only living species, the only organic, physical living species on this realm who is aware of a spiritual realm. You see, with cats, they can see because of their eyes, because of the what is it, bro? The ultraviolet, the range of ultraviolet or light range that they're able to see. For them, they can see spiritual beings just as they could see us. You know what it is I'm saying, my brother? So like, yeah, it just goes so deep. But continuing with the verse, and in his woman called the scarlet woman is all power given. They shall gather my children into their fold. They shall bring the glory of the stars into the hearts of men. Shout out to Alistair Crowley for having received this channel to write this book, and shout out to Bobby Hemmett for explaining it to us. It is very imperative. It is most necessary for every brother and sister to pick up this book, and I would advise them, like Bobby Hemmett already had advised those he had gave the lecture to so many years ago, that it would make sense every day to read chapter one of this book, because, bro, I kid you not, the first few verses had the manifestation of Nuit, had being another name for Sut, who is the original Messiah. Sut, who in religions today is called Satan, the enemy, and who is he supposed to represent? The triple blackness of the void, the original masculine energy son of the great mother. Bro, they ain't gonna be teaching this shit in Sunday school anytime soon now, would they? Bam, the unveiling of the company of heaven. Every man and every woman is a star. You hear that? What is the sun up there? What is that sun up there? A star. We know that based off of mundane science alone. The sun is a star. What does that make us? Soul, which comes from Latin. Sol, sun. We are stars, my brother. And it goes so much deeper than that. Every number is infinite. There is no difference. Help me, O warrior lord of Thebes, in my unveiling before the children of men. The same way Jesus in his mythology, he revealed himself to be the Son of God. But guess what? He already told us in John chapter 10 of that silly King James Bible. Verily I say unto you, the things that I do shall you do also, and greater things than these, because I go to the Father. Who is the Father? The Son. The Bible is a book, the Bible is an astrological book of sun worship. And what was the original sun? Saturn. Shout out to Real Merkaba for mentioning it in his channel. Saturn, my brother. That was the original sun. But the sun behind the sun, if you study, yeah, I know I'm just going so deep with this, my brother. If you study the Kabbalah, the sun behind the sun is Darth, Daath, Darth Vader. Yes, the darkness is good. Come into the darkness, bro. We come from that triple darkness of the void. What are motherfuckers doing whenever they die, going into some piece of shit like that they didn't even fucking create? You could imagine, my brother, use this great priest and whatnot. You studied and literally came to the revelation, receiving the downloads and all the answers that you have to within. We are the microcosm of the macrocosm. Tutus, you go into that piece of shit like when your incarnation is done, you get chewed up and spat back out. And you literally tap dancing like Pennywise. Bro, this reincarnation thing is vicious. We gotta escape this bitch like it's our very existence, our very sanity depends on it, my brother. Be thou hadit, my secret center, my heart and my tongue. Hey, my brother, I'm gonna just leave it right there. Yo, get this book. Everyone get this book, Alistair Crowley's Liber Alve Legis, the book of the law. Read chapter one every day so that you are always reminded you are a multi-dimensional spiritual being. You are an original light. You are the original sons and daughters of the great mother of source, the great one. Oh my goodness, brother, it just goes so deep. Dr. Bass, take it away.
Oh yeah, definitely it goes like deeper than anyone really expect because like people think, oh yeah, it's just spirituality, just learning about chakras and this and that and whatever. But nah, like once you really go down deep into the rabbit holes, it definitely goes deep, and then it goes deep in the ocean as well. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people aren't ready for all that real knowledge that's coming out. And just like reincarnation, yeah, that joint just wow. They just like give no fucks about like just spitting people down and back that. Yeah, but anyways, like, and then people automatically think like, oh yeah, they came from the light, so they have to go back to the light. But if they realize like, oh no, like that's why they always put away their shadow because they don't recognize the darkness and they don't want to interact with the darkness because they be like, oh yeah, I'm not the darkness. I believe in Jesus and he's came from the light, so I gotta come from the
Oh,
light. So
oh
no,
goodness gracious.
you know
Oh
what I'm
goodness
saying?
gracious. Yeah,
So
bro, it
like,
makes no sense, my brother. Like, goodness gracious, the light comes from the darkness. In the beginning, in every mythology you read, whether it be from the Babylonians, whether it be from the Christians, whether it be from the Hebrews, so-called, whether it be from the so-called Sumerians, whether it be from the Kamites, whether it be from the North Americans, the South Americans of ancient times, whether it be from the Asians, the Hindus, the Buddhists, the beginning always started with a chaotic, watery darkness. Goodness gracious, it's not that difficult to see people. We come from the darkness, which is why in the nighttime, why do you think so called witches and warlocks are happy whenever nighttime comes? Because nighttime is the great feminine, great magnetic energy. The daytime is that erratic, electric, masculine energy. Too much of fuckery going on with the energies and whatnot. Too much static, too much of thoughts. I swear, it's like, how are the crazy houses, the freaking mental institutions not filled with pretty much every freaking individual out there, my brother? I'm telling you, this shit is whack. Shout out to Bobby Hemmett. The more spiritual you become, the more you will appreciate when that sun goes down, even though that sun, we know that it is polarity in and of itself. Just like us, we are both light and darkness, masculine and feminine, up and down, left and right, hot and cold, good and evil, etc., etc., etc. But bro, oh my goodness, continue, Dr. Bass. It goes so deep, my brother.
right, and then like it starts with darkness, and then that's why like that Jesus character came down and so-called brought light because like originally it was all darkness, so it came from the darkness, and now they try to show the light. So now that makes people automatically assume, oh yeah, it's just light all the time. But yeah, there's multiple suns out there. Like you can tell by like um, you can even tell like when the sun and the moon is up at the same time, you can just tell like there's multiple different stuff that's going on in the skies. And like all these characters that they create, like Dog Fatal and like The Simpsons and all these other characters and whatnot, they really know what they were really doing behind closed doors, and they have occult knowledge and esoteric knowledge. So that's why they try to put it into cartoons because they be like, oh yeah, people won't believe in these cartoons because it's cartoons, it's made up, but then they focus and just put all the like drama and reality TV show, but reality TV shows is really the fakeness. And we are definitely the suns and the stars because we came from the stars, we came from the sun, we came up from above. Like the higher dimensions are up there, so of course we're gonna came from here and then brought down here. So we actually came from above. And
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm. And
um
just to add to that, my brother, uh, the one of the original stars, well, actually the original star that even the Dogon people of Mali today speak about, Sirius. Yes, the star Sepdet. Yeah, that star which shines the brightest at night whenever you look at it in Canis Major, right next to Orion. Yeah, was the that is the spiritual sun of melanated people. That is the sun. where we literally get our downloads and whatnot from, because that is the sun. That is the realm that many melanated people originally come from. Yes, not all skin folk is skin folk. I'm telling you, the crackers are bad. Yes, all the other humanoids, yeah, these motherfuckers, we know they don't have their best interest at our best interest at heart, but the worst people that we could literally come across, and I'm telling you straight up, my brother, and it's fucked up when you stop and think about it, is melanated people. I'm telling you, my brother, as we know that the physical realm, it's deteriorating, which is exactly why these motherfuckers are scrambling, because they know that their system is coming to an end. Remember the original planets of the Planet of the Apes back in, I can't remember when, the late 60s or whatever, when that guy when that guy literally just had to go down on his knees and cry in utter defeat, where he saw the Statue of Liberty literally just completely sunk beneath the earth. It's because the crackers know that their system is coming to an end and they're terrified. They were always just like literally, because they're a militaristic beastly people, my brother. They were always waiting for the day where this shit would happen, and now it's happening. It's like they don't know what to do. They're scrambling, my brother. They're trying everything possible. They're trying the scam demic. They're trying the jabs, the double Big Mac. They're trying every fucking thing that they can, but they're like, reality is literally slapping them and punching them in the face, making them realize that, yo, there ain't not a goddamn thing you can do. There ain't not a damn thing you can do, even though you try to take as many people with you as physically possible. That's all. That's the only realm that they're capable of doing anything. The physical. And what did we learn? Even in our spiritual systems, this physical realm is an illusion. It's literally a false light. Like, bro, oh my goodness, it just goes so deep. But Sebdet is the original spiritual son that we always held in great honor, in great respect, because that's where many of us come from. And guess what? Right here, Earth in and of itself. Look in the mythologies. Look at all of the ancient mythologies. Earth was always here. Kai, Tiamat, whatever you want to call her, she was always here before the physical realm. When they say Atlantis and Lemuria sank at the bottom of the ocean, that's literally just a cult esoteric code for the physical, the Earth, Tiamat, Kai having fallen, sunk into the physical. But bro, yo, take it away, my brother. Take it away. We're definitely gonna get back to that. We're gonna get back to that, my brother. I'm telling you, this ain't no kindergarten play school stuff. If you want to be about that, oh, Jesus nonsense and oh, worship God and this and that, shout out to Elijah Muhammad. To worship a God outside of you is to worship a God inferior to you. That is true knowledge right there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like a lot of people just acting out on this like kindergarten type stuff. Like they just like humanity really is just like all type of messed up because they got people lazy, they got people over consuming too much, they got people just doing too much, like and then when it comes to their dreams, right, they be like they obviously not going to go with their dreams because it's like they're too over thinking about how other people judge them and whatnot, but at the end of the day, people don't even really care about what you're doing in your life because like when they wake up, was they're not gonna be thinking about a random person on the internet unless you really have like that power and whatnot. But like when people be dreaming about it, like we're the ones that really get it done, you know what I'm saying? But like for the melanated people, they still messed up in their minds. Caucasian people over here thinking they're too privileged, but they're gonna be the first to die. Spanish people thinking they're special, like they're the real slaves and Indians and whatnot, but they're not even the real people. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like this whole humanity type joint is just gonna fall apart and you're gonna really see people's true characters, you're gonna see people's true colors because they've been lying to you. The people who you think are real is really fake. The fake people are real. It's just messed up out this joint. And then like about the cat stuff, like I remember when I was like walking down like a street and whatnot, like I'd be seeing like a cat that's like on the other side of the road, just like looking at me and just walking. And then like sometimes when I look outside, I be seeing like random animals that just like come into like my front yard and whatnot. So you just really have like that power within yourself if you have that power. And then they're just pushing out lies even though like the truth comes out every day. So they're gonna still try to push out these agendas and all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, the truth shall come out and they know their time is done. So they just trying to they because like in the original when they was making the contract with all these angelic beings, they pretty much tell them like, hey, the ascension is gonna take place and humanity and like a lot of people gonna wake up from this stuff and whatnot. But these dark entities was using their egos and was like, oh, humanity is too gullible, or you know what I'm saying, they're gonna still have that power and whatnot. But then guess what? The ascension took place and now people realizing the truth. And then yeah, it's like you should be tired of all the lies and like the sweetness and cuteness and everything like that. Like you really should just focus on like the truth, being honest, and really seeing people's true character, true identity. Because if you still lying to people, then you know what I'm saying, yo, whatever you put out shall come back. I'm just gotta be honest. But yeah, like whatever comes out your like internally, you're gonna get back externally as well.
Oh, well said, Dr. Bass. I'm telling you, my brother, like, I don't know what downloads you've been receiving, but please link me up with the source that you literally in contact with, my brother, because, bro, I'm telling you, yo, you be receiving downloads that I myself, I'm like, but geez, Dr. Bass is on a roll, man. Yo, I'm telling you, yo, bro, you beyond PhD level and whatnot at this point, my brother. Like, I'm telling you, people, and you know something, bro, like you said, it's so correct, right? For melanated people, right? Especially for us, right? And shout out to Bobby Hammett for mentioning it. And honestly, it's just so sad, bro. Why the fuck aren't many more melanated people waking up from this bitch? Why can't they wake up and see that they're the ones, even at their lowest vibration, they're still keeping this bullshit system alive? They're the ones who are making sure that this system is still going and going when in reality this system has already collapsed, it's already fallen, it's already completely like gone to the ground. Bro, we have no business of still waking up having to do all this shit over and over because it's over for the system, my brother. This system is literally the Matrix, Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne and them. It's a fake ass system, my brother. They got us in a fucking virtual reality, putting on these goggles and whatnot, making us think that yeah, this is real life and this is worthy of experiencing and whatnot. When in reality, this system is the fakest, most lying piece of shit that any spiritual being would have the misfortune of coming into, my brother. I'm telling you, you know it, I know it, many other brethren out there know it. And honestly, my brother, when you really stop and think about it, as humanity itself is just a I have to say it's really just a fucked up species that really it already peaked. We already peaked with our civilizations and whatnot, with the pyramids and the mastabas and all the great monuments and all the great stuff that we built. And we built them so that we could get back in touch with the higher realms, with the higher dimensions, with the higher realities, where it is that we originally came from. Like, we didn't build these things out of slavery or anything like that. These were all the love labor of the connection that we had with the true spiritual earth, as well as all of the higher spiritual realms, my brother. I'm telling you, this is all just so deep. There are books written about it. Bobby Hemmett, Brother Panic, Dr. Phil Valentine, Dr. Mumbi, Real Merkaba, Foster eBay, etc., etc. They all have great lectures and like informational videos talking about this kind of stuff. There are so many books out there speaking about this stuff, whether you're talking about Hilton Hotima, whether you're talking about Robert Anton Wilson, whether you're talking about Kenneth Grant, whether you're talking about Aleister Crowley, whether you're talking about Lon Milo Duquette, getting into the occult and whatnot, whether you're talking about Gerald Massey, whether you're talking about Helena Blavatsky, whether you're talking about the whole 9 yards. I'm telling you, D.M. Murdoch, Joseph Atwill with his Caesar's Messiah book. Like, bro, goodness gracious, there's so much information out there. We're in the age of Aquarius. The same way you see the water bearer is pouring the water, the same way the universe is pouring out all that information, all those downloads, so that motherfuckers could freely breathe into the atmosphere so that they could literally just be in tune with the higher forces, with the higher powers, so that they could see through the veil, through the illusion. Spider-Man literally fighting through Mysterio's bullshit illusions. I'm telling you, my brother, we are Spider-Man literally fighting this bitch Mysterio in order to take back our power and put this bitch in his place. It just goes so deep, my brother. Like, bro, before we look at the I just sent you a video, yeah, which ties into why we should lose our addiction to humanity. Did you receive it by chance?
Nah, I didn't get it yet.
Which is funny because I know I sent it to you. I literally sent it to you. So like, yeah,
Oh,
like check for it care.
you
You
just
see it,
sent
right?
it now. You just sent it
Yeah,
now.
I just sent it. I just sent it, brother. Panic. Why we should lose our addiction to humanity.
Oh, yeah, I don't see it yet.
You don't see it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let me just send it to you again because my brother, yeah, you just give your own take based off of everything that source itself, true self, literally had to speak through this vessel because I'm telling you, my brother, like I am me personally, I am tired of this bullshit system. Humanity, we already see humanity for what it is. Like what Brother Panic said, we shouldn't hate them, nor should we love them. We should just be at that pure neutral ground as best we could and literally just accept humanity for what it is because my brother, I'm telling you, like it's really not it's something that we should waste our energy on. Like for real, my brother, like take it away, Dr. Bass.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So like I always thought I was like when I was younger and whatnot, like I always thought I was like Spider-Man to be honest. But for like the melanated beings, like they have like the power because they have melanin and whatnot, but they're the ones that still support the system but won't support their own kind. So they're just they rather go to like this white supermarket, but then there's like a local black store who's selling like organic items and whatnot to better themselves, and they still gonna go to those like Caucasian places and consume BS and whatnot. Like, and it's
The
just like,
Chinese, the Indians, the Arabs. I mean, they'll support everyone else, and all these people literally don't even give. These people fear them. These people don't give a shit about their existence, but they're gonna continue to support a bunch of motherfuckers who know that for the most part their existence is tied solely on how the melanated man and woman, how dormant they still are, having not known up until this point who they really are and having to come back to their true power. They are banking on us. Well, many of us anyway, and like not me and you. We know we're on another level, my brother, and we continue to grow. We're not stagnant. We're staying. We're literally elevating. We're not staying in one place. But I mean to say, they continue to support these people, and these people don't even give a shit about their own existence here in this realm. But then again, when you look at it, it's not a bad thing because, in all truthfulness, this realm is the Maya. It's the illusion. This is what we fell to when we lost access with the higher dimensions and realities, our kingdoms and queendoms, etc. Like, yeah, Dr. Bass, like even just on the mundane level, it's pathetic. Like, yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely like a misfortune of coming down here, but like it is whatever we make it, and then like the information is out there, but you just have to tap into it. So, but like they're too focused on like other people's BS, then that would lead to them experiencing BS because you're constantly consuming BS. So you're only gonna be looking for BS because you are BS. So it's just you see the whole correlation right there. Like, okay.
Ooh, Dr. Bass, man, I tell you, my brother, yo, link me up with that source you are getting this information from, my brother. I'm telling you, that is just so profound, right? You are BS. So you will continue to look for BS. You will continue to listen to BS. You will continue to listen to BS. Oh goodness gracious. I don't know if I just repeated that like twice, but you get what it is I'm saying, my brother. You are what your internal world currently is. Your external will always only reflect your internal. Like Dr. Bass, this shit is so profound. It's so disturbing, but at the same time, it's liberating when you find out the facts because, bro, we are the microcosm of the macrocosm. There is no reason for us to have any limitation in our minds except what we put on ourselves, and that in and of itself should come to an end because, bro, we are the universe in human form. Melanated women, you are the universe in human form. Melanated men, you are the divine masculine, the divine triple blackness of the void, melanated in masculine human form. I'm telling you, but remember what we spoke about, my brother. The women, no matter what race you're talking about, but especially the melanated women, because we know genetically the melanated woman is the only woman on this realm who has the potential to create all of these other so-called races that we see because, bro, she is the master mason. She is the builder of the body of God. And what is the body of God? The temple. Even the so called King James Bible speaks about it. And what is the temple? Your own physical body. Take care of your physical body so that you have much easier access to the higher spiritual realms. Like, goodness gracious, when will melanated people wake the fuck up and see that everything starts, centers, and ends with them? Dr. Bass, it's infuriating, isn't it?
Yeah, like um they even say like you are God, right? Even in the Bible they said like you are God and whatnot. And then
Mm-hmm.
so if you are God and the house of God is your soul that's within your body, which is like the temple of God, you know what I'm saying? But people don't even take care of their bodies, you get what I'm saying? So like at this point it's just like who knows? But I did get the video though.
All right, good. Play that video, my brother. Let the people listen to what one of the master teachers of today's generation got to share. Brother Panic, why we should lose our addiction to humanity. Dr. Bass, thank you very much. Take it away. I don't hear Jack, bro.
Oh wait, you don't hear?
I don't hear a damn thing.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I got you, I got you, I got you. Watch this, watch this. We do this live. Wait, and then boom.
This is gonna be very hard,
Okay.
very
There
hard
you go.
for
There
people
you
to
go.
accept and eat. But here's a dinner that's not as good as Thanksgiving. Let me explain some from the occultist standpoint, which is the perspective I stand on, and I understand. No one. You have to be born, and something in you has to be able to hear this frequency. So I'm not here to convince anybody of a point of view or debate anybody. But the more we
Is it
suffer,
buffering, bro?
the more you see this humanity control slip away from us.
Oh, you can't hear it?
No, I mean, I don't know if it was paused or there was an issue with the video or something, but like, yeah, there was kind of a pause there, like.
Okay.
But yeah, Brother Panic has the good stuff to share with us, my brother, because yeah, this is what all humans, whether they're into the occult or not, this is something that they should know. If they choose to be ignorant about it, hey, that's their ass, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
That means the more our spiritual prowess is growing.
Okay.
And what you are, as I heard some of what Phil was saying, is greater than atoms in humanity. So that thing that's greater than atoms in humanity, for it to rise, humanity has to suffer. So as odd as it
Mm.
seems, you got to remember we ran the planet for millions of years. What are you going to do?
You
Take
heard,
over Africa
you heard
again?
that, Dr. Bass?
Africa
Just pause
again?
it quick there, Dr. Bass.
You're a universe.
Yo, you heard that, melanated brethren? You heard that out there? So-called white people, so-called Indian people, so-called Arabs, so-called East Asians. We niggers were the ones who've been running this realm for millions of cycles. Guess what? All of the Hindu gods, bro. I be reading books explaining Shiva. You know, Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction and whatnot. He's part of the trinity of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva himself. Shiva, it explains Shiva having matted locks. Who is the only race of people on this realm that have matted locks? Niggas, Nagas, melanated people. Shiva and all those gods are melanated beings in the original mythologies. These motherfuckers you see over there today, they simply took our gods and put their faces on it, just like the so-called white man took our gods and put his faces on it, making movies about, oh, they were there in Troy and in ancient Egypt and the original Greeks. Hey, guess what? Even the original Greeks and Romans are all a people known as the Etruscans, all niggers. The entire realm, this entire earth was nothing but only niggers. And that's just scratching the human surface of it, but it goes so much deeper. Continue, Dr. Bass.
Oh yeah, just real quick, like, and with the locks and everything like that, like you can tell like people have like the real locks, but then you got other people who could be having like fake hair and then fake wigs, just like implants of like fake locks and everything like that. So like oh wait, I think oh we still live, we still live. Okay, but he probably gonna come back soon. Um. But anyways, like a lot of people have like fake hair and fake locks. So like they got oh yeah, there he comes. Here he comes. Oh yeah, we straight, we straight.
Yeah, what happened there, Dr. Bass?
Oh, I think you went out and then came back in.
I don't know what happened. Don't know what happened. But yeah, the video's still
But
on, right, bro?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, good. Yeah, before we get back to that, yeah, all of, bro, I tell you, bro, oh goodness gracious. It's just so, it's so tear jerking. It's so relieving. It's so releasing to find out that we are the fathers and mothers of civilization, my brother. All these gods, all these great entities and whatnot, which are all energetic signatures that dwell within us because we are the microcosm of the macrocosm. My brother, we are the gods. We are the generators, the operators, the destroyers. We are gods. It says so in the fucking King James Bible. Jesus said that the things that he did and we can do and even greater. Why are motherfuckers worshiping a damn archonic demiurgical piece of shit who literally only wants to keep them in perpetual bondage? Bro, it goes so deep. Like, bro, you give your own take before we get back to the video because this is just so profound.
yeah, it's like they be acting like they don't know and whatnot, but because like they try to like they've been believing in this type of joint for like all their lives. So like once someone try like once the truth comes out, like they get triggered and just like react to it of like, oh no, this is not it. This I believe in this and whatnot. But like you just have to be like open-minded and everything like that. And then like going back to that, like the locks and everything like that. Like a lot of people have like fake hair, fake wigs, fake nails, they nail implants and whatnot. So like you wonder why people look at you as fake because you're fake externally. So now, if whatever, so now you're well, listen, they're fake internally. So now they're just gonna will what they are externally. So if you're fake internally, then you are fake. You have fake stuff that you put on. So that means you're fake. You get what I'm saying? So like all these people just faking it for the image, fake just fake people. You know what I'm saying? Just watch out for the fakies.
Oh yeah, definitely. But guess what? Living in this so-called age of Aquarius, this age of spiritual energy just abounding and whatnot, be very grateful because stupid 19, yes, for as bad as that whole 2 years of fuckery was, we got to be very grateful it happened, my brother, because hey, it exposed a lot of individuals, especially amongst those in our own inner circle, for who and what that they truly are. And remember, it was only easy. It was so much easier for thousands to millions of people to fall for that nonsense because prior to stupid 19, I remember hearing things about, oh, depression was at an all-time high, suicide rates were just like going up and whatnot. Bro, guess what? After stupid 19, these things continue to go up and rise and they are not slowing down. People are realizing, oh damn, with the whole jibby jab, the double Big Mac and whatnot, like, yo, bro, yeah, pardon me, my brother, but bro, it's so deep, right? It's so profound. And like you said, man, I'm telling you, Dr. Bass, yo, link me up with that source you getting this knowledge from, my brother. You are fake internally. So that means literally you're fake. Straight up, you're fake. And your outside world, your external world will only easily reflect that. And could you imagine the audacity of our melanated women with their bodies. Like, goodness gracious, though, so called white women, especially, like they're diametric opposites. Well, at least in terms of nature and whatnot, because like Alistair Crowley, Brother Panic, and Bobby Hemmett already explained, the animals are our exact opposites, which is exactly why we got to master the physical in order to be able to do everything that they can do. But on top of all of that, elevate spiritually so that we remember to go back to who it is that we truly are. Like, especially when you see our melanated women putting in what fake butts and fake breasts and all this nonsense. Melanated women, you are the original Freemasons. You are the ones who grant spiritual beings to have a physical experience. And not just that, I'm not even going to stop with our melanated women, my brother. White women, you can do the same thing as well. So-called white women, you can do the same thing as well because you allow spiritual beings to enter this realm. So-called Indian women, so-called Arab women, so-called East Asian women. Y'all are the power. It's because of you that this system is still going on. Stop supporting this fucking system. It's rubbish. It's falling. We should let it fall. Everybody should wake up one day, my brother, and literally say, fuck going to work, fuck paying the bills and all that stupid shit. What are they going to do? Throw us all in the slammer? Put us all in mental hospitals? Where the hell are they going to get all the space and resources to do that? Man, brother, I pass it back on to you before we go back to Brother Panic. Eh? Like, so profound, so deep. The rabbit hole just runs miles, my brother.
Yeah,
Something wrong with your audio, bro?
you can even.
Oh, nah, I don't know
Oh,
what it is that now I can hear you now. Oh, I don't know
okay,
what the
yeah,
distractions are, but these bitches ain't gonna stop us. They
yeah,
ain't gonna stop us, my brother. They can't stop this. They can't stop this. We on a roll. We on a roll, my brother. We on a roll.
yeah. We're definitely on the wall. Like, um, yeah, so yeah, like with like the fake, like you, like they, like people have like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So like, yeah, it would be great to have like everyone like wake up and be like, forget this and everything like that. But like a lot of people just like they'll not even really focus on all that type of stuff. And it's hilarious because like with inflation and all this like currency going up and whatnot, they don't even have like they'll coin JOBs isn't cutting it for like their like so-called bills and everything like that. So now it's like they're in like Daniel broke and poverty and whatnot. So it kind of makes sense to be like, you know what, forget this. I'm gonna like do my own thing and whatnot, but they're too scared and they're just gonna keep working and working, thinking they're gonna make some currency, but really they ain't making nothing because they over here spending their currency on BS that they don't even need to spend it on. So at this point, you know what I'm saying? And then for like the fake people, like if you would, yeah, yeah, we already talked about that, but yeah, let me
Bro, I'm telling you, like, yo. Mhm.
oh yeah, let me yeah,
Yeah, my brother. Get back to panic.
Universal
It's about
entity,
time.
all things
Hmm.
yours. This entire world is yours. Chinese people are yours. You invented them. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to think bigger. If they
You
regulate
hear the wisdom there,
us
Dr.
in
Bass?
landmass, then you just become another player in the game that you created. You get what I'm saying? So we are doing bigger things. So to be honest, from my perspective, they can have all of that shit because what we own is endless forever, has no beginning and no end. It's only up to us to take our birthright. Our birthright
Bingo.
be beyond
Bingo.
a continent. The Moors will tell you we were here already. So who are the
Yeah,
Olmecs then? You get what I'm saying? Those people in Indus
right.
Kush, who are they in India, but not what we now later day call Africans? We the gods and the goddesses. We create universes. This world is this world is just something we pass through. That's the concept of the Masonic traveler. He understands you're passing through this world. You're not people
Thank
who
you.
take residence here need to figure out how to get Africa back so they could sell more hair weaves than the Chinese people, the niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh.
They can figure that out all
Uh-oh.
day. They can figure that out all day. That's people who know
Dr. Bass, pause it there quick. Pause it there quick, my
of who
brother.
they are.
Oh my goodness. Dr. Bass, you heard that shit? You see how we always talking about this shit? You see how Brother Panic literally just bringing back what it is that we already spoke about, my brother? They just looking to sell more fucking fake hair and weaves and wigs and all that bullshit. Like Dr. Bass, man, give your own conjecture on that, my brother, because oh my goodness, Dr. Bass, I swear, it is fun to beat on that dead horse because motherfuckers wanna continue to smell the stink of that dead horse. Lol.
yeah, like even he said like we invented people, so like even like all these other races and all these other like
Mm-hmm.
people and whatnot, like we're the ones who really
Mm-hmm.
created them. So like they over here thinking they special, they thinking they went through like slavery and whatnot, but like we really won all the ones who birthed them because we were the original beings that first came down here. And then like he said, like it's a both right, not a both place, it's not a both day, it's a solar return. You get what I'm saying? Because we just passed through this realm. We're not gonna stay in this realm because we're just passing through. Just like in a video game, this is just like a side mission, but we have to go back to our main mission.
And bro, yo, not to cut you off there, remember that thought, but yo, in a sense, the Christians have it correct. But guess what? Krishna, Krishna, who is the avatar of Vishnu, uh, way back in yeah, ancient nigger Hindu times. Yeah, that was us. That we created these gods, right? These gods are literally all us. They're our energy signatures and whatnot. So the fact that you find these other people's faces on it, that don't mean shit. We created these gods, but bro, the Christians kind of have it correct. We are just passing by. This world literally isn't ours. But the rest of the whole doctrine, the rest of the whole religion got them so fucked in their minds, my brother. Especially melanated people. It's like, goodness gracious, why the fuck do you care so much about this stupid shit? And you know, for as great as ancient Kemet and all these great civilizations that we created, that we already peaked in were, bro, going back to those civilizations is literally a regression, a huge, like however many steps backwards, because, bro, that's what we fell into. We don't want to go back to ancient Kemet or all these great civilizations for as great as they truly were. We want to rise beyond this realm, my brother.
Yeah, definitely. Like we created this world, but we need to like build something else instead of trying to keep it alive because it's kind of like it's time to build something new, like some other stuff. Because like back then, why we was building pyramids, and then we went on to like advanced technology, and then we went on to like all this other stuff. So we didn't just focus on one thing. So we can't just focus on one thing, which is this world, which is this system. And instead, we have to build the new, which is bringing down the heavens or bringing down the higher dimensions downhill because we are still downhill. So might as well bring these higher dimensional places downhill since we're still currently downhill until we make the transition to move forward and go about this chart.
Thank you, Dr. Bass, because this experience is supposed to be a great experience, despite being slow and despite being dense and despite being physical and just like muddy and shitty and stank and all that stuff, bro. We created all this shit. We got to do everything we can in our power to ensure that we make the best out of this bitch so that when the time comes for us to make that transition, as you so perfectly laid it out, so that we have no attachments whatsoever. Look at the title of the video, Brother Panic. We have to lose our addiction to humanity. I'ma say it straight up because I know my own personal first-hand experiences. Fuck humanity. This bitch ain't going further. This bitch isn't making any progress as we think. Only spiritually will we be able to literally make the progress and the moving forward and all that great stuff. Our kingdom come, our will be done on this realm as it is in the higher dimensions and realities. Forget humanity, bro. This ain't nothing. Nothing. Because the system only exists because of humanity. So what is the problem? Humanity. Like I already said in the last in part one, to which this live is part two. Thank you, Dr. Bass. Shout out to everybody listening to this. I don't care what so-called race you come from. The animals are not the ones who are cutting down trees. They're not the ones who are causing wars. They're not the ones who are literally bombing up buildings and killing millions of motherfuckers. They're not the ones who are slaughtering innocent life, like literally sacrificing innocent life for their own sick, twisted, low vibrational pleasures. They're not the ones who are literally going around and colonizing and spilling oil in the ocean and all that stupid shit. It's humanity. Humanity is the problem. Jeez, really, just like that episode, that Billy and Mandy episode. What would it be like if you had to experience one day of you being the only human motherfucker in this realm? Bro, I be honest with you. Like, nothing against the brethren who are doing their part in order to anchor in the new world and whatnot. But I really stop and think about that. The fact that they put this stuff, the shout out to you, Dr. Bass, for having mentioning it, The Simpsons, Darth Vader, Star Wars, and all this stuff with occult, esoteric knowledge straight in our faces. Like it's all part of the spell work. You literally hide the truth in plain sight. But we're starting to see through it now. Like we're not watching cartoons and movies just for entertainment. We're literally watching them to see what the fuck they put in these things, especially the old school ones. Oh, good stuff. The fact that a Billion Mandy episode showed me just how great it could be. And that was at the end of the episode though. So like, yeah, we really didn't get to see how Mandy really got to experience it for herself. But suffice it to say, bro, do you know what it is to literally be on your own? Like no distractions, no noise, no thoughts, just like what you call it, just swirling around in the ether and whatnot. Oh my goodness, Dr. Bass. Let's get back to the video, but bro, like continue with your part, my brother. Like goodness gracious, this is so wonderful.
Right, like real quick, like for like the cartoons, it's just like a reminder of the truth, even though we already know the truth. But being the only ones in the world will definitely be lit, to be honest with you. And like it's all like a transition. It's kind of like a passing of the torch to like the next generation. but for like the other kids back then and whatnot, they kind of switched it up and try to make it this realm all like physical and whatnot. So then that's why they're gonna get their spanking and getting back what they deserve because they're gonna get
Ooh,
the
my brother,
lesson.
yo, you talk about Yaldabaoth and those archons, right? Yo, these bitches finna get a fucking beat down, right? Oh, you want to put the elder gods to sleep. Oh, you want to put the elder gods through bullshit because you yourself can't experience the higher primordial powers of the ancient universes. Also, you want to make us human? This is how low you want us to go? I know my own firsthand experiences up in this motherfucker, my brother. Things that I don't even want to bother speak about here because I know just how fucked up humanity is firsthand. Even in my days when I was spiritually asleep, my brother, I always used to ask myself questions. But why are people this way? Why don't I get the same hostility from animals and nature as I do with fucking humans? Well, Brother Panic explains it here, my brother. Humanity is the problem. Well, mostly because they're so low vibrational and they're so fucked in their minds. And like you said, like I thank you so much for bringing it up always, my brother. They're afraid to face their shadow. They don't want to stay quiet. They don't want to get within themselves and really uh fix the problems that are within themselves. They want to continue to use external distractions in order to yeah, just so that they don't have to elevate and become greater versions of themselves. Like Dr. Bass, take it away. Take it away.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna learn their lessons.
Are in a bigger perspective. Now I get it. If you figure out a way we can make it easier for ourselves, I'm all in. I'm the first one there. But if we're trying to figure out this big economic takeover and why is it happening, it's happening because your spiritual prowess is growing. But we're just, while some of us are indulging and reaping the benefits from us, which is something that all of us can reap the benefits from, we still have our eye on our human quest. In fact, an inherited human quest that you were signed up for. You didn't come here to do this. You were told this is responsible for you to do as a black person, and all you're really doing is conceptualizing shit. No one's doing, very few people are going there and doing shit, conceptualizing shit. Well, we'll get it back once we do that. Oh, we'll get the Chinese out if they only did that. And if we did that, that'll happen with that. But nothing's really happening. But what is happening, if you jump on this spiritual shit, what is happening, oh, you'll see some magnificent shit. You will realize and feel magnificent shit. You get into your shit, the world will follow you. You got to understand how they follow us anyway, but we're just doing dumb shit. We made rap music, some of the ignorant made and born in some of the most ignorant and hard places in this country at the time. And now rap music runs the world. Everyone wants to do it. So they follow us even in our ignorance. So if we become spiritually adept and know who we are as a more holistic spiritual being, the world will follow our lead. So all of those good human things you want will fall into order. They won't fall into order because you're chasing it at the wrong angle of power. The angle of power you're trying to come at is your worst angle. You're trying to be a better human through the vehicle of humanity, and humanity itself is a flaw. You want to become a spiritual being, and your humanity follow your spiritual cue. So if I had to say something was going to save us, you better get into your magic, into your spirituality, into your old ancient science, because that's how you ran the world when you were doing it millions of years. I didn't run the world for millions of years, stock up in my DNA, all this information only just to run the world again. I'm trying to move on to better things. So from the occultist standpoint, the real answer is, and I know it's hard for some people, is I don't give a fuck what China's doing in Africa. I'm beyond it at this point. In my DNA, I realize what we did there. I reap the benefits because the true book, the true land is in you, where you stand. So what are you doing in your environment? Yes, sir.
Why the powers that be practice magic. And one of the things I got to tell the whole audience now, when I came to your first lecture that was at the Black Lady Theater, all those so-called witches and warlocks They came in with some fat wallets and some loaded purses, and they were
Right.
spending money.
Spending
What?
money.
And
Oh,
I,
no. Right.
and
Right.
then I said,
Mm-hmm.
okay, all right, so maybe it was just a good day on the lunar calendar. I went to the
Mm.
next event. Same thing happened again. I was like, who is this brother named Panic, and how is he pulling in people from Europe? There was somebody from Alaska.
Right.
I remember last time you was here. There
Right,
was people
Alaska.
from Alaska that came down, and they were
Right.
spending. All the vendors basically
yeah.
sold out. What is
Yeah,
wrong
and
with
it's
the
always like
average
that.
Negro, and how come there's so many folks bust ass broke and talking about Hotep spirituality?
Because they were the same person before. They didn't find spirituality. They found a new language. They found a new outfit. They found a social group to interact with. So the loser aspect, or if we want to call it that, or the destitute mentality, or this trying to make a dollar, trying to struggle mentality, is something that's been programmed into you. And I teach people how to deprogram themselves from this shit. Abundance is just a choice. So I teach people who want to make that choice, how to make that choice through classes, through books, through teaching around the country, through talking for 10 years on Blog Talk Radio, not just information about your graphic, physiology, lunar, atomic, reproduction, DNA, transmorph, genesis, free on related, ultimate unification of melanated shit, because none of that's helping people. It sounds deep and it sounds like you're being professional. But what people
Dr. Bass,
need
pause it there quick, my brother.
is everyday
Pause it there
wage.
quick. Yo, bro, did you really understand and overstand and truly just even understand and truly comprehend the greatness, the amazing information? And bro, I be real with you, right? When I myself years ago was deep into Christianity, these brothers, Panic, Bobby Hemmett, and all of them were completely shut off from me. I'm telling you, my brother. It all started with the scamdemic back in 2020. First, it was Young Pharaoh. Shout out to Young Pharaoh. He's always gonna get nothing but love and shout outs to me because he was the brother who literally laid it straight in my face. Jesus never existed. I'm like, what? Jesus never existed? From there, I only went deeper, my brother. I kept on listening to his lectures because Pharaoh, he's a guy who makes a lot of great fucking lectures and presentations and whatnot. Good stuff, good stuff. People can even go support him on his website and whatnot. Like, do it. General Steady is another one. Great information based off of African history, melanated history, and like all the great civilizations we made. Another great brother, Dr. Mumbi, another sweetheart who literally bringing in great spiritual information and whatnot. Real Merkaba, he's just doing his thing, like bringing in as much esoteric occult information to the light as possible. Like, you got Thai Spiritual, shout out to that brother. You got Soluminati, he don't come on that often, although people could go support him on his Patreon. Oh yeah, I'm definitely telling people to go support the brethren wherever they are. You also got Foster eBay, big shout outs to that brother. Yo, bro, I'm telling you, these brethren would have all been shut off to me. I wouldn't even have like probably even received YouTube recommendations from them if I was still spiritually asleep, so to speak. But bro, the fact that because as an individual was always open minded, and I tell you, bro, for me personally, Christianity, after a while, I got burned out from it, my brother. That right there, looking back, I'm happy I got burned out from that bitch because it was not the answer. It was just an introduction. Just like what Panic mentioned in a video. Even if you're getting into Satanism, no, I'm not talking about child sacrifice or any of that shit. Because even Anton LaVey himself said that true Satanism, at least based off of that religion and whatnot, isn't even based off of those things. It's literally based off of ancient melanated understandings, understandings, overstandings, sciences, and practices to which one could spiritually elevate themselves to literally better their own experience internally to manifest all of that and much more externally. Like, bro, every religion you get into should be nothing more than an introduction for you to elevate back to who you truly are. But bro, it just goes so deep. You hear the good shit that Panic sharing with us, my brother? Pat yourself on the back, pat yourself on the shoulder, give yourself a big hug. We've made it, bro, and we're only continuing to elevate.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was speaking a lot of stuff like from like the big top, like they don't even know like some of these people like who are speaking out on the truth because they've been censoring these type of people so long, and then they like push out like random BS because it's all about algorithm, right? So like the YouTube algorithm, right? If you only be watching like I don't know, like reality TV shows on YouTube and whatnot, guess what? They're gonna keep pushing reality TV shows, and it goes on with all these other social media platforms. That's why like if you look at like Google search and like or go to Amazon and then try to like search up like basketballs, like trying to purchase basketball or something like that, guess what? You're gonna get ads about basketball. You're gonna get emails about basketball. You get what I'm saying? So it's all about
Mm-hmm.
the
All
algorithm.
these technological devices, my brother, all these technological devices are nothing more than homing beacons, tracking devices, and whatnot. Heck, even Spider-Man, who's literally uh, a Spider-Man who is a accidental ninja. Shout out to what's his name? I can't remember his name. Gaijin Goomba. Shout out to Gaijin Goomba. He has a whole video explaining why Spider-Man is an accidental ninja, the greatest accidental ninja Marvel ever made. Bro, he climbs walls. Ninjas in ancient times, who are us, by the way, melanated people. Yeah, niggas, nagas. People hardly, especially with these phones and technological devices, they hardly ever look up. My brother, Spider Man would literally easily sneak up on a lot of motherfuckers and literally humiliate them. He would track, he would put tracking devices like those little spider tracking devices on enemies. And most of the time, they wouldn't even be aware of it. He has his spider sense and whatnot, literally helping him to dodge attacks and whatnot. Like, he literally has like a different array of attacks and whatnot. And imagine Spider-Man isn't even a ninja, but that's literally just showing you how even through him, they're just showing us who we truly are and whatnot. But going back to what it was I was saying, um, it goes so deep, right? When you literally tap back into who it is that you really are and whatnot. Like, bro, I'm telling you, it just runs so deep. Like, when you really think about all this information and all this good stuff, like, ooh, Dr. Bass, I'm telling you, like, know who you are. It's written in the freaking temples of Kemet as well as all other ancient civilizations where they did find it. Know who it is you truly are, because even Spidey himself knows that because of the incident with Uncle Ben that led to him becoming who he is, with great power comes great responsibility. And like you said, Dr. Bass, a lot of motherfuckers, they don't want to take that responsibility. They rather another motherfucker. They rather be lazy. They rather be just in their own little box. They rather try stay in a box that they can't even properly fit in and have another motherfucker do everything for them. No, bitch. Ain't nobody gonna want the best for you than you yourself. Ain't nobody gonna ever elevate you to the level that you have to elevate other than yourself. Bro, it just runs so deep. It's, oh, goodness, take it away, Dr. Bass.
Oh yeah, definitely. They keep doing BS because they keep listening to other people's BS and everything like that. So like people just have to take control of your life and really take it over your life, and then know more about it. A lot of people know more about others than their own self. Like they know so much about these celebrities and whatnot, but they don't even know where they even came from. Like they know like the whole birthday and birth year and all this other stuff about their favorite celebrities, but they don't even know where they came from. They don't even know what star system and galaxy they came from. It's just like all type of weird stuff. And then for like the climbing with the walls and whatnot, like with the original ninjas and everything like that, they be climbing trees, they be rock climbing and everything like that. So you see the correlation with that too. And then with the back to the video, like when he was saying like there was like some people just find like different groups just to like fit in and everything like that, but like they're just a fake spiritualist, but they're not real. So going back to that real versus fakeness, it's like you just gotta see who's who around these people, because a lot of people haven't done the work, even though they're so-called spiritual and whatnot. So you just have to read between the lines and read between the blur lines, and then just have to like reap the benefits and the rewards, because like whatever you focus on grows. And then like when he said like tap into your spirituality, and then that's how you can like manifest and inspire others. So like if people seeing you taking control of your life, focusing on yourself and doing what you like to do, that will motivate them, that will inspire them, because you're really inspiring others to do the same. And then we have the responsibility to do oh yeah, 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 okay. So everyone here like is not responsible to do like everyone here on this earth plane is just not like a high vibrational being, or just doesn't came from a higher place of realm and everything like that. So like when people say like, oh yeah, do your mission and purpose and everything like that, a lot of people don't know what their true mission and purpose is, because they didn't come from above, so they don't really know. And they'll just lie and be like, oh yes, my current job or whatnot, that's my real purpose and whatnot. But like, what is your real purpose and mission for the universe? Because like my real position is working with the universe. I don't work for the universe. We are in conjunction. So the universe is me and I am the universe. So we are working together. You know what I'm saying? So
Dr. Bass, yo,
both
you
are.
nailing it atomic bomb style, my brother. I don't work for the universe. I am in conjunction with the universe. I am the microcosm and the macrocosm. Bro, you nailed it right there. I'm telling you, them sports celebrities and whatnot, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, Kobe, R.I.P. Kobe, LeBron, the whole 9 yards, yo. They don't got nothing on you right now, my brother. I'm telling you, we are of the universe. I simply receive because I am. I am. Abundance is just a choice. Shout out to Brother Panic for making it clear. Whoever don't want to hear it, that's their problem. Oh, and by the way, he mentioned something in previous videos as well. These lower vibrational beings, because they don't know what their purpose is. Think about it, my brother. Their purpose is to probably be a piece of shit, to be a roadblock, and to be a barricade in your own path. They're low vibrational beings, right? I mean, as I pass it back on to you, the more you stop and think about it, whoever said that everybody's purpose was a good purpose? That's a very shallow, limited, and honestly, yeah, childish way of looking at things. The more you dive deep into true spirituality.
Right, like they like just roadblocks and everything like that, because at the end of the day they're getting controlled by the dark entities, because they confessed and they're like so involved with the dark entities and everything like that, because like they got control over your DNA, they got control over the RNA, they controlling their bodies, which is their temple. So now if you can control their bodies, you can control their minds. So now, like, that's why, like, there's so many gang stalkers out there, because, like, what I'm saying, people just getting controlled by the dark entities, and the real mission and purpose is just to block, high vibrational spiritual beings at the end of the day. So it's kind of like you see all the correlation, and it all makes sense once you put the pieces together. You gotta see it as like Legos. You can't just or like a puzzle. You can't just look at it as like multiple pieces. You just have to look at the bigger picture. And once it all comes together, you kind of see it finally and be like, wow, this is really what is supposed to happen. But if you just look at it from the beginning, that's why a lot of people don't even like puzzles, because they'll be like, oh yeah, this is just too many pieces. This is just too much work. I don't have the imagination to build something with Legos. But then once you really let your mind run freely and let your inner child run freely, that's when you can start building stuff, and that's when you can expand your mind to something greater.
Oh man, bro, like yo, that last part there, right? Yo, the fact that people don't even like to deal with puzzles, be it freaking crossword puzzles, be it like the literal puzzles that you buy from the convenience store, like you try to put together to form whatever image that it forms when you put all the pieces together. Like, bro, it's just like, bro, yo, you nailing it nowadays, my brother. It's just so profound, my brother. I'm telling you, which is why we should elevate, my brother. It's just so great. Yo, bro, let your imagination run wild. It's not about that damn left brain analytical way of thinking. We got to turn on the right brain, intuitive, artistic, spiritual, higher senses, higher feeling type of vibe, my brother. Like it's just so deep, right? The entire brain has to be used, which is why even Dr. Phil Valentine himself said if dolphins had to look at us, they would think that we're half asleep because we're only about this left brain bullshit. Literally, like, bro, it just runs so deep. Like, you nailed it, my brother. It's just so profound and whatnot. Like, yo, good stuff, Dr. Bass. Good stuff.
Right, like people don't like challenges or doing like anything hard because like their work leaves them lazy and everything like that. So that's why they can't wait for a Friday or like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend and whatnot. But like when you work with the universe, like work isn't even work. Like when you're really doing your mission or your purpose, like you're not really working, you're just elevating your all type of on all aspects, but they're just too content, they're just too lazy, and they just keep doing BS because they're just BS internal.
Yeah, a lot of BS incarnate, my brother. A lot of BS incarnate. Hey, I'm telling you, my brother, it just runs so deep. Shall we return to panic to literally finish it off, my brother?
To change old fucked up habits that were given through you through your fucking slave chip, through your Willie Lynch chip. That's what you really fight in your psyche. That's what we're doing here. Our psyche is programmed. We need to know what, and the psyche has a code in mythology called the underworld. So we need to know how to interact in the underworld. What the symbol Osiris is nothing more than your subconscious mind. We need to know how to interact with that. We know how to interact because when you come into the realm of Osiris, you die, you don't have a body, you come into the realm of your true mind. You have access to many lives. But if you hold on to this life based upon your ignorance, trying to be married to Africa and all that economic shit we didn't accomplish, and black people were poor, and all the kids didn't eat. We weren't businessmen. When you have your mind and you die, you're creating a round trip ticket to this place that you are now addicted to. And you look at all the mythologies, they'll give you hints and signs not to get addicted. There's a sign Shiva has Hanuman build a kingdom for this king, but Shiva tells him, you can admire it once it's built, but don't live in it. He did. He had Hanuman come destroy it, and this was also played out in the movie Willy Wonka, the one with Johnny Depp, which was closer to the book. He made a chocolate kingdom for this king and said, don't live in it. But he did, and of course it melted. What they're trying to tell you in code, and there's many ways we could go in this, do not take residence here. That's what this idea of I'm the traveler, I'm just passing through. It's not like you traveling to different lands, that you understand that this is not your home. Africa is not your home. This planet, like any other planet, is something you pass through for the sake of alchemy, for spiritual alchemy. So,
Dr.
what
Bass, pause that quick, my brother. Pause that quick. Dr. Bass, you heard that. You heard the stuff. You heard the good stuff that you and I were already before we even discovered this shared screen feature. Well, then again, you probably knew about it. Me myself, man, and my fucking caveman ass. I was just asking. I was just wondering if it was possible, but yes, it's possible. Bro, you heard what we've been speaking about since our first live, my brother? If I were to leave this realm today, big fucking deal. This realm is not our home. This is just us experiencing. This is just us literally having to go through several different experiences. This is just us having to grow and elevate into something greater, literally take in more wisdom, more knowledge, more understanding and overstanding. Like, you see this good shit, my brother? You see this good fucking shit, Dr. Bass?
Yeah, even with like the Willy Wonka analogy, like when he was saying like melting building, it's kind of like the same as like the file collapsing in the building, which is the system. You know what I'm saying? It just starts over time, and then all of a sudden, once you realize it's collapsing, oh, it's too late because you're already collapsing with it.
Continue, my brother. Continue, because this is some good stuff. Good stuff.
Here. So they're broke because if you take resonance here, humanity itself is a broke energy. It's an energy that you need to eat every day. It's just the fact that you need to eat every day is cruel and unusual to that which gets eaten. And I'm talking about grapes too. Cruel and unusual. So the very idea of it is sad. So whatever you invest in it, a good economic black man means something has to suffer. You're in the realm of polarity. Something has to suffer for you to be up. That's why for white people to be up, you are suffering now. The process, the enemy here is this: once you finish doing the work. We have built all the pyramids. See, our problem is we don't realize without knock on the head of this Hiram Abiff shit, we don't realize that we've already done the damn deed. We already got the T-shirt, and it's time for us to do things to move on to our next reality. You get what I'm saying? And so when I see broke people, that's just because they choose to invest in what people tell them they are. And that's even from the conscious community. They tell them you're an underdog. The white man's got you. You need an economic plan. Your boys are suffering. Your daughters are suffering. They're killing you. That could have been my child. Trayvon, you go to the long list of what you think is Black Lives Matter. You go through who are you trying to convince of that? But white people that you exist and you matter. So long as you invest in that, you're going to be fucking broke all day. Long as you think, because see, for them to tell you from Africa is the way we now say, well, they're from Europe. No, they're a rogue group of people that we created in a cave that we eventually put in Europe that got out and spread over the world. That's who they are. And we own this world. So they took over the world. Chinese people doing their only benefit as you sleep, as the white man put all of these motherfuckers to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So the idea is you're waking up and understanding you have a more holistic reality. And if you start to deal with that holistic reality, it fills in the blanks it puts humanity in its proper perspective. And once you see, you got humanity at the top of the list. Or not you, I'm just saying. Humanity's at the top of the list, and therefore humanity with its natural flaw, if you put it at the top of the list, you're always going to find a flaw. That's the law of rhythm. Every swing to the left is a swing to the right. So how are you going to stay on the left and talk about I'm running Africa? When our law of Tahuti, fourth or fifth law, the law of rhythm, says whatever swing to the left, there's a swing to the right. You can deal with it by the law of neutralization, which is a form of mental alchemy, but ultimately you cannot annul or stop this principle. So for the years that we up and we ran this shit, it's got to be this term. That's the law you say is real. By Tahuti. That's the law. There's a law of polarity. Like and like is unlike. Place where duality has to exist at the same time. That's your law. So how are you mad when you're on the other side of it? You're really just trying to figure out how to keep. So you got the key is the occultist knows to get off this fucking swing of rhythm, of left and right. We have to lose the addiction of humanity. Lose this pride thing. How do we get back Africa? We were Africans. No, we're every fucking thing. We're everything. General
Dr. Bass, a quick pause, please, my brother. Dr. Bass, could you please, in a very short synopsis, in a very short summary, explain to the brethren, since this is your show and whatnot, please explain to the brethren what Brother Panic in very short detail, what it is that they should know regarding this thing called humanity. Hey, we already said we already peaked as a species in this fucking physical realm, did we not?
Yeah, definitely at this point, it's just like lose all hope in humanity because you got so many people who just trying to be like, oh, how can I help others and how can I like take over Africa or something like that. But at this point, you gotta do stuff for yourself, and it's great that you want to help others and whatnot, but you have to help yourself first. And at this point, if you're too attached to the humanity, you already see humanity crumbling, so you don't want to be crumbling as well. And then if you see all these people going to the left, you better be going to the right because wherever they're heading is down that like robotic new world order type joint, and we go into the fifth dimension. So at this point,
Fifth
that's
dimension and beyond, my brother. Fifth dimension and beyond. Well said, Dr. Bass. Well said. Let's continue.
And they gets his name from Shango. You get what I'm saying? There's niggas that start. This is all of ours. So let's stop playing ourselves cheap. Everything here is ours. You know what I'm saying? Including the people that we think is taking us over. We created them. We gave them their culture. What we need to do is step up and take control of the vehicle again, and you need to do it with our African science, not our African pride. You know what I'm saying? All this goddamn pride at what you never did. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we had, your ass lived in Queens, nigga. Your ass lived in fucking Mississippi, nigga. You ain't did shit. I don't give a fuck how many times you went to visit. You ain't did shit. You ain't from it. You from here. And you're here for a reason. You chose to come here for a reason. Work it out, nigga. Like I said, everything, including every Negro in Africa, wants to be the Negro in America. And that's facts. We turn our head backwards. They turn their hat backwards. We wear our pants off their ass. They wear their pants off their ass. We start doing the butt. They start doing the butt. So in our ignorance, they're following us. Imagine if we get our sense. That to get our sense is an internal plight. So when I started teaching 10 years ago of people how to internalize some of these things with methodologies so they can have their own personal realizations. And your personal realizations ain't up for debate. Every prescription is different, but you have to find your own prescription. There's nothing outside of you that's going to save you. All things you need dwell within. You just need to know how to walk within that underworld and reach in, take it out. Reach in, take it out, and make it manifest. And when you do that with all your heart, as a pure heart person with no intention, you'll find your humanity is begging to save itself. It doesn't exist only but what you put into it. So when you start ignoring it, it starts to serve you. So I teach my students how humanity can be used to serve them instead of them serving humanity. You get what I'm saying? And when they did that, they find out prosperity ain't nothing. You get what I'm saying? And I know I go on rant. Yes.
Woo! Man, Dr. Bass, like, are you impressed? Are you unimpressed? Have you learned anything? Have you not learned jack shit? Or rather, not even learning, because learning is literally just part of this nonsense we call the system. But like, Dr. Bass, like, have you gone back to past lifetimes worth of epiphanies, realizations? Like, it's just so amazing, Dr. Bass. Like Panic. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm so glad. I'm so glad this feature is available, bro, because this is just so awesome. Like, man, Dr. Bass, you let the people know how you feel about that whole presentation right there. And that's a whole lecture because actually the video itself was literally only shortened to that particular length so that you can get the crux of what Brother Panic was saying. But man, Dr. Bass, let your viewers know what's what, my brother.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like once you start knowing it, watch it solve you. So like if you put your energy and attention to it, then you'll be a slave to it. So like that's why he was saying like African science over African pride, because once you put your pride into it, then that's when you'll be like, oh, let me try to solve this and solve that. If you're solving
And you
stuff,
know,
you'll just be a
and you
slave
know,
to
my
it.
brother. Oh yeah, definitely be a slave to it, and not just that. It reminds me of the Gnostic scriptures, the Gnostic myths, with Sophia when Sophia gave birth to Yaldabaoth. Sophia represents wisdom, that higher, magnetic, all-encompassing, universal way of being. She gave birth to Yaldabaoth, who is the ego. What is it that he said? I am God. I am a jealous God, and before me is there no other God. That is the fucking ego, my brother. The ego is the devil that you have to try to control and defeat. The ego is the motherfucker who's always standing in your way, making sure that you don't overcome this freaking physical experience. The ego is literally that one bitch who's always ensuring that, yeah, you always suffer roadblocks and losses and whatnot. It thinks it's working in your best interest when in reality, it's only serving its own limited, temporary existence. Woo! When you put all those pieces of the puzzle together, my brother, man, continue, my brother. It just runs so damn deep.
But definitely, like the ego is holding you back, just like how the plug kin is holding people, a lot of people back too. It's like, and then like we made the world, but they took it over, but now we're getting it back. And then just like how you were saying, like once they move, we have to move on to like the next reality and everything like that. Just like how I said, like right after we made the pyramids, we have to move on to the next thing. We just have to keep doing what we are here to do and not just focus on one thing. We just have to focus on multiple things as well.
Oh man, Dr. Bass, I'm telling you, yo, bro, play the video that I shared with you right there. Another brother panic, good stuff. Hey, bro, people ought to know. People ought to be aware. If they want to use the tools and literally run with it from there, hey, more power to them. If not, hey, that's okay. You can't say that this stuff didn't come your way. I love how that rhymed. We on a roll, my brother. We on a roll.
Yeah, but hold on, let me open it up.
Yeah, do your thing, my brother. Do your thing. Hey, I'm telling you, bro, like where we at and where we continue to grow, man, bro, there's no time for stagnation. There's no time for the past, and there's no time to even think about the so-called future. We elevate and we just keep moving forward, my brother. I'm telling you, we just keep moving forward. Learn to live in the now, all while preparing yourself for what's greater, as what Brother Panic said. We ain't got no time to focus on all this stupid little shit. Bro, they copy us when we're at our lowest. Just imagine if we were operating at our highest.
Yeah, definitely. Hold on. Okay, let's get started.
There we go.
Because all we're talking about is fear here. The information wasn't that really that hard. And there's a lot of new people waking up who ask me questions that it just me answering just amounts to nothing to me repeating myself.
Let the illustration speak to y'all. That is a beautiful illustration. Awesome stuff.
And or repeating something that some other lecturer has already said. So the information's out there, the ability to study it is out there, but what I see people are coming into it, and it's not really the information that they're scared of, it's the mentality. It's the mentality that's the biggest problem. And that is a conversation I did have with Bobby a few years ago. That was always the biggest problem. The information wasn't that really that hard. So ultimately, when you're trying to channel, when you're trying to get information, you're not trying to bring your baggage in with you. So the idea is just to look for nothing but knowledge. You get what I'm saying? Nothing but knowledge, and let that be your guide.
Quick pause, Dr. Bass. Quick pause.
Hard about.
Bro, you heard that? You heard the stuff that we were already speaking about, my brother. You heard, yo, bro, yo. Man, let me tell you something, yo. That's Rob from Comics Explain right there. When Rob always be saying, man, let me tell you something, man, let me tell you something. This is our man, let me tell you something, my brother. Yo, bro, you heard that? People aren't stupid. There are people out there, yo, bro, they really get occult information and whatnot. It's the mentality. They are afraid of what the alternative, what the so-called consequences and whatnot would be if they were to apply this stuff. Meaning, yeah, to live a life that is 180, completely opposite to what it is that they're living now. They don't see themselves doing it. Like, man, Dr. Bass, let the people know what's what before we get back to Brother Panic. Like, yo, bro, we can't, we just ain't going back, my brother. We moving forward in this motherfucker.
Yeah, definitely. Like, just like look at the image. Like, we just have to step into our power. Like, people just have to stop being scared, being and feel like it's time to grow some balls and just do it. Because at this point, they program you to think we have all these emotions, which is energy and motion, but it's the way you control those emotions instead of letting it stay and control you with your reactions and everything like that. So people just be like, oh, I feel this way just because it's known to feel this way in this certain situation. But no, it's really your mentality, it's really your mental state, and it's all about your circumstances, which is your how you view that circumstances through your perspective.
Reality is nothing but perspective after all, right? And not just that, shout out to Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters. Let love guide you. Be guided by your heart, not your mind. Not because the mind will only lead to overthinking, which will lead to fear. That very same fucking fear that we should overcome. Fuck feelings. There's a reason why they teach emotions and whatnot, because they know that this shit is gonna hold us back. When in reality, we are multidimensional spiritual beings who are way above this nonsense called emotions, my brother. Bro, I'm telling you, just like the illustration right there, fuck a feeling. Get up and do what the shit you gotta do. Let's go, my brother.
This is hard about consciousness. It's not dreaming about your damn grandmother or not dreaming about Oshun or whatever. That's easy. Everybody goes to bed and have dreams. You know what I'm saying? The hard part is the mentality. This shit is not really about gaining a lot of shit. It's about throwing away a lot of shit you think you are. Another thing, said by Bobby Hemmett early on in the tape. He said, and actually this is when I first heard him, and this set up my whole form of thinking. He said on the tape, somebody, why did you get into this? He said, because I was willing to get into this no matter where it took me, even if I found myself back in the pulpit with Jesus.
Quick pause right there again, my brother. Bro, you heard the balls. You heard the freaking bravery that Bobby Hemmett himself, the wisdom that he shared with us. Bro, like, yo, oh goodness gracious, Dr. Bass, what did you take from that right there, my brother? Because me personally, when I heard that, I'm like, wow. So it really doesn't matter what you decide works for you. Because if it works for you, fine, just as long as you're not forcing it upon anyone else, because what you're experiencing isn't going to be everyone else's experience. Even if you found yourself on the pulpit back with Jesus monkey ass, which we know isn't the case for pretty much many of us. But bro, man, yo, let the people know what it is that you grasp from that, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's kind of like just like realizing who you really truly are behind all the lies and programs, because they just try to like make you seem like, oh yeah, you have to act this way or you have to do this way. But okay, beings. We're not, source isn't perfect, so we're not perfect. So we can really do whatever we want down here. So like, because this is just all an experience. So like at this point, we just
Alistair
have to.
Crowley, brother. Alistair Crowley, Book of the Law. Uh, do what thou wilt shall be. The whole law. Do what thou wilt. Shall be the whole of the law. Do what thou wilt. So when did we ever allow universal law and this and that ever stop us from who it is that we truly are? Sure, these laws exist, but the point of the matter is you're supposed to rise and move beyond them because we are fucking chaos beings, my brother. We don't go by order and what motherfuckers, or we shouldn't go by what motherfuckers think about us or say about us, because guess what? Everything they think about us, everything they feel about us, everything they say about us ain't got shit to do with us, my brother. Straight up, my brother. Get back with your talk, my brother.
I said, see, damn, that's deep because he showed the most unbiased way to approach this. Let's see where this shit goes. I want to know because I want to know. It's about actually. I mean, if your goal is to rise or raise your vibration and all of this, how could you gain more to do that? That's heavy. You got to actually let it go. Just letting go what you think you are. So, I need you to know this. It's not letting go to another person. So you don't need to be cool or speak to another person. This shit is a personal thing. It's about letting go what you think you are by what the fuck you think you are, not what the world thinks you are. You can be whatever the fuck you want to be to the world. That's just social behavior. That's not what I'm talking about. You know, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about social behavior. I'm talking about challenging your own self with your own issues. You get what I'm saying? And maybe you can share that.
Dr. Brandon Lamar Bass. Brother, yo, this is just, man, Dr. Bass, I tell you something, my brother, like, yo, pat yourself on the back, pat yourself on the shoulder, give yourself one big hug. Man, bro, I'm telling you, the fact that we've reached this far, stupid 19 didn't get us. It was just a damn roadblock. The fact that our blood kin, yo, we overcoming them no matter what, especially those who are just ignorant and choose to remain in this humanity bullshit, which is exactly why this two-part live, yo, I would urge everybody to even start with this. Not even our first live that we made, my brother. It's just so profound, my brother. Humanity, bro, man, we already overcame this shit, my brother. Humanity is just one speck of a large freaking, pretty much infinite universe, my brother. So many timelines, so many dimensions, so many realities, so much kingdoms, queendoms. Man, bro, man, Dr. Bass, just let the people in short detail know what it is that, yeah, just describe what Panic himself already described right there. Because, bro, and yo, either you're elevating, getting back to who it is that you truly are. Shout out to C. Freeman L. Get back to being God. Even Jesus himself spoke about it already. Ye are gods. Is it not written in your law that ye are gods and children of the Most High? Don't focus on me. Focus on your monkey ass literally elevating, getting out of this mud called humanity to rise back up to who it is that you truly are. Dr. Bass, let the people know what's what.
Yeah, like especially like near the end, he was saying like don't even focus on what others think of you, because at the end of the day, a lot of people just put out their own insecurities on other people and their own perspectives and all these other like personal things on other people. So really basing out they really basing them other people on what they all internally, what they feel internally about themselves. But of course, they don't want to say like, "Oh yeah, this is, I, oh yeah, this I'm like BS." of course, not everyone's gonna say that. So, like, of course, they're gonna say, like, oh, yeah, that other person is just BS and gossip about other people and whatnot. But at the end of the day, they really just talking about themselves. So, it's at this point, if anyone who's spreading negativity out in the world is pretty much just gonna tone it back because that's who they really are. So, it's like, at this point, it's like, who cares what other people say about you? Because if you know who you truly are, that's all that matters.
And you know the beautiful thing about spirituality, my brother, just like what Panic himself mentioned, I don't care if you rockin' Jesus all the way. As long as that side of spirituality is working for you, hey, let people know. Find what works for you. I don't care what the fuck you're doing as long as you're not hurting people, as long as you're adding more fuel to this dying flame of this bullshit system. Bro, fuck the system. Indeed, it is the parasite that's finally dying, that's finally collapsing, that's finally its life force is dissipating, my brother. People should wake the fuck up and realize that this bitch has nothing to do with them. Get the fuck up and get back to who it is that you truly are. Gods, generators, operators, destroyers. Bro, we're gonna listen to one last video that I just shared with you there from Bobby Hemmett, and it's a very good one. Learning to let go of the ego. But before that, let the people know what it is that you what you have to share based off of what it is that we just spoke about and listened to from another good one from Panic, my brother.
Yeah, it's like straight. It's just straight like knowledge and like the knowledge is out there. Just like people just have to like really like listen to it or just fully find it. And like people just kind of constantly just like, oh yeah, let me just watch sports and all this unnecessary. This stuff is not gonna teach you anything. Like I don't know why
Anything.
like people just like I don't know if it's because they went to this educational system that don't want to learn about real truth and whatnot. They just been learning lies every single day. They just been experiencing BS every single day. So that's what they're gonna be consuming. So I mean, at this point, they're gonna do what they want to do. At this point.
Let them do what they want to do, my brother. But as long as they especially already listen to or at least heard of this kind of knowledge that's being shared, that's circulating, that's literally there for people to literally apply within their own lives. If they don't want to freaking apply it to their lives, hey, that's you. But you keep your assholery to yourself. You know what it is I'm saying, my brother? Because for too long we've been slaves to a system, having been born, reincarnate, or incarnate into a system that literally was set up for us to not achieve what it is that we came here to fucking achieve. Well, fuck them and fuck this damn system. This bitch is finally collapsing. May more and more individuals literally add their spiritual fuel to the death of this system so that we could literally rise like the phoenix from the ashes and literally start creating and bring down our spiritual kingdoms down to this motherfucker, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, let me share it again.
Yeah, good stuff. Let the master teacher Bobby Hemmett teach y'all, or at least give you a good idea of what it is that should be done.
It's real simple. It's not all technical like you think. We're gonna get into some of the things you need to do in a few minutes. Is to go to no self. Now, October the 16th of 2002, I went to no self. And no self is I sat in a chair one night and Bobby Hemmett disappeared. It was real lonely because I felt very insignificant. And then Bobby Hemmett disappeared and I was nothing. And that's what you gotta get to. But you gotta let go all the pre-existing things that got you to this particular point to get to no self. And only till you get to no self do you become entity. You see what I'm saying? Till you become entity. And that's what's happening with the path. On the path, it can only be you. In the end, it can only be one. The Highlander. But that They say in the end it can only be one. It's metaphysical. It means it can only be yourself. But you have to annihilate and neutralize your prior self, which is your ego, the self that you thought you knew. The social realm around you and the world around you, you have to go to no self. You see, then once you go to no self, pretty much everything else is pretty easy because your status in the society don't matter no more. Money don't matter no more. And whatever you do don't matter no more. You want to scratch your ass outside. Fuck it! You see what I'm saying? Money don't matter no more.
Bobby just being straightforward as always.
Certain things don't matter no more. Because you've gone beyond that particular part. And so, you get the accolades for people who correspond to you to make you feel better. It don't even matter no more. But they say, that's when you gotta go back to the mythology. Luke Skywalker, when they told him to go to the Jedi Master, he saw a little man living in a shithole eating stew. He totally misconstrued it. Because he was thinking that the Master's supposed to be omnipotent, sitting on a crown, doing all this kind of thing here. The one that's omnipotent sitting on the crown is not the one in the physical, that's the one in the inner. You gotta get to that. That's the royalty. That's the kingdom. The one out here is supposed to be shit. It's supposed to be confused as being nothing. You see what I'm saying? So that's what had to happen when you had to neutralize yourself to the no self in the energy. You gotta get yourself to no self. And it's real simple. You just start devaluing everything around you that you think is important. That's why I said one thing about cutting family loose. So they said the whole thing be in the world above the world. Which means this here. So this is what it means. Okay, when we first come into this particular knowledge and information, we want to beat somebody over the head with it. You go to your family, you try to tell them about this shit. Your family got a trick for you. Your motherfuckers, you come with your ass beat over the head. Your family fuck you up every time because niggas just get ignorant on you. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And they get irrational. And illogical. You can't speak to them on this shit. That is so, but because this knowledge and information was not based on you giving it to them. It was based on you learning this particular stuff so your soul can wake up. You see what I'm saying? So the first thing is to go to no self.
Man, Dr. Bass, man, brother, let me tell you something, right? Dr. Bass. Hey, Dr. Bass, if brothers like Bobby Hemmett be talking shit, please tell us straight up. If Brother Panic be talking shit, please tell us straight up. If Young Pharaoh, Real Merkaba, Dr. Mumbi, Foster eBay, Thai Spiritual, Soluminati, etc., if they be talking shit, you can tell us straight up. But if they literally allow themselves to be vessel of source of true self, to literally allow us to get back, or rather get on the path of returning to who it is that we truly are. Did you hear all that good shit, my brother? How he compared Luke Skywalker and Master Yoda and like no self, and how family, they're the ones who be fucking you up all the time. Shout out to Dr. Mumbi. It's these motherfuckers, the ones who are closest to us. They're the ones who are the biggest roadblocks. Forget the manager, the job, forget your colleagues, forget the damn customers, forget the fucking passerbys. These motherfuckers don't know you on a personal level, or at least not good enough to really try mess you up. It's the goddamn fucking family. It's the blood kin. But bro, Bobby nailed it as always. Like there's a reason why throughout the internet when I be seeing stuff about him, they be saying he's a spiritual assassin. Man, you let the people know what you feel Bobby is, and just how important the information above all else that he shared is so crucial, so important, so principal for us to literally, really even just give it some thought, my brother.
Oh yeah, definitely, because it's like all they talking about is like knowledgeable stuff, so like knowing yourself and everything like that. So you can really tell like people are just like trying to make them reconnect with themselves and everything like that. But a lot of people just don't want to heal that type of stuff, or they just try to act like they're too busy to listen to it, or like they just automatic. A lot of people just automatically assume that they're like better than what they actually are, or they just automatically assume like, oh yeah, like I love myself just because I just said it. So I just love myself, you know what I'm saying? But like, it really deep down, they really don't. Really deep down, they know they can't even look in the mirror. Deep down, they know dang well they take like 1,500 pictures, only pick out two because they criticize themselves so much. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like at the end of the day, you have to really see what like you really have to see like day by day, like what you really do, what you really say to yourself, what you
Deep,
do to yourself and whatnot. So like a lot of people who are
deep.
the ones that are closest is really the roadblocks because they just want you to stay with them. They don't want you to leave. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to grow up. That's why your blood kin family always says, "Oh, you will always be my little boy," or "My always be my little girl," and whatnot because they don't
That's some fucking
want you to
spell
grow
work
up.
right there too, my brother. That's some spell work right there too, my brother. That's the kind of shit that we should send back to them. No, you're the fucking little boy. Bro, I be literally speaking with motherfuckers, right? I be letting them know straight up, or at least people who I'm able to have any kind of reasonably conscious conversation with. Bro, people in this society, especially melanated people, I don't give a shit about how other people live their lives or even melanated people for that matter. But because I interact with melanated people on a daily basis, bro, I could tell you straight up, a lot of these motherfuckers have not grown up past the age of 10. They have not grown up past the age of 10, my brother. These motherfuckers are perpetual children till the day they fucking die. That's the kind of shit we should grow out of, my brother. Oh, you'll always be my little boy. You'll always be my little girl. Fuck you, you stupid bitch. You literally came from wherever the fuck you came from. Came down to this motherfucker. What the hell are you contributing to this realm? How are you helping people to grow? What are you doing for yourself in order for you to elevate, to get up out of this bitch? My brother, like, take it back, but it's just Dr. Bass. Hey, I'm telling you, right? You just gotta be straightforward about it all, my brother. My brother, yo, it's either you elevate and you look to get out of this vicious reincarnation cycle, or you look to stay in this bitch and literally be food for fucking archonic demiurgical entities. Hey, it's your choice. I can't tell you how to live your experiences.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like because at this point it's like a lot of people just like mentally like they're just like at kindergarten. Like they over here talking about like, oh I can't deal with kids, or like some people love working with kids and everything like that. You wanna know why they love working with kids? Because they are kids mentally. You get what I'm saying? So like at this point it's like really
Woo!
kinda
Dr.
connect.
Bass, I never would have thought that even in 100 million years. Forget a million, forget 50 million. Bro, in 100 million years, I never even would have thought about that. Goodness gracious, man. Dr. Bass, where you be getting these downloads from, my brother? Jeez, man.
Yeah, that's why they just love kids. A lot of people are just so addicted or like attached to kids. That's why it's a lot of people be having like 10 kids and whatnot because they just love being around kids because they are kids mentally, so they can really connect with them. So that's why they just keep having kids. But then once the kids gets older and whatnot, and really you have to really take the responsibility for the kids and everything like that. That's why there was so many like child support and like, oh, now you get a divorce and now they have multiple baby mamas or multiple baby daddies because in the beginning you wanted to have a kid because you wanted to connect with kids and you just love having kids and doing stuff with them because you're a kid as well. But then once they start growing up and whatnot, then oh, I gotta take responsibility for this kid. Oh, I wasn't really ready. Oh man, oh now the baby mama is acting crazy. Now I gotta do all this type of stuff for the kid and whatnot. So now you back away. Now you try to find someone else. Then that leads to having another baby. Now you got multiple baby mamas, multiple baby daddies. Now you're on child support. And now you're just doing stuff just to do stuff. And now you're older, getting older. Now you're aging faster because you're getting all this stress and everything like that. So it just makes sense.
In other words, they're doing exactly everything that Brother Panic perfectly lined out in that lecture. Yeah, they're basically doing everything that is opposite to what Brother Panic laid out, or rather for individuals to, because I don't want to say advise you check, because it makes it sound like as if, yeah, I'm telling you exactly what to do. No, Brother Panic only laid down the information just to let you know, hey, maybe you can try out losing your addiction to humanity. Fuck humanity. Because even the so-called crackers history can show you, what have the majority ever been good for throughout so-called history? Getting slaughtered. Bingo. They see us as nothing but animals, cattle, primed, fit, and ready to go to the fucking slaughterhouse. Bro, we ain't that. Fuck these bitches. Their system is falling. We should have no part in this bitch whatsoever. I mean, could you imagine, my brother, for us to have to go, for us to literally elevate ourselves, get all this information, literally have to do the shadow work, just like what Brother Panic even mentioned in the video, how you've always mentioned time after time, my brother. Face your shadow, conquer your demons, only for you to literally be chewed up and spat back out down to this piece of shit, just to fucking be tap dancing, just like fucking Pennywise. Even Pennywise be looking at you from a distance like, nigga, you had it all. What the fuck you doing back here in this bitch? Dr. Bass, as we close this fucking live, like, oh, thank you so much, my brother. Please let the people know what's going on with you, my brother. What are your plans? Like, yeah, what new projects are in the works?
Oh yeah, and I'm like that's and then the guides be like, "Why are you doing? Why you be back down here? Like, we just helped you out so much, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you down here? Like,
Bitch, you had it all. What the fuck you doing back in this piece of shit?
then they gotta help you out again. It's like you
Uh,
gotta go do all this
Now
stuff.
you see why many of the high vibrational spiritual beings don't even thinking about incarnating in a fucking physical body. That shit is not cool, my brother. That be ready to suffer. Like what Panic said. If one motherfucker's experiencing joy and success and triumph, you best believe or know that another motherfucker is experiencing poverty, pain, and suffering. Dualistic reality, man. I'm tired. I'm totally over this shit, my brother. Mentally, at least, I'm over this shit.
Yeah, it's crazy down here. It's time to get up out of here. To be honest with
So yeah, Dr. Bass, let the people know what projects you got going on. Like, what does Brandon Bass have in the works? Like, yo, let the people know, my brother.
Oh yeah, I know I can't say too much until like it comes out, but like you know what I'm saying, like like this Friday, which I'll be posting this like probably like tomorrow to be honest with you. But then
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, like you know what I'm saying, still doing like the music stuff and like the book stuff and cool stuff. But
I wish you nothing but the absolute very best. And hey, Dr. Bass, as long as it's helping to elevate the consciousness of those who need the information, let source guide you. Let love guide you. Let the universal, all knowing everything. Let your spiritual team and your true self, let them all guide you. Because, bro, hey, they're all for us. So who dare stands in our way?
yeah, definitely. What type of projects you got going on?
Man, right about now, my brother, yo, I'm telling you, me, I think I would definitely have to apply what it is that Bobby himself mentioned right there in that video. Just get to know self. Because one thing I know for sure, the character of Andy Labardi, that motherfucker ain't shit. That bitch ain't shit. That bitch never accomplished anything worthwhile, anything significant, with the exception of yeah, these lives that thank you very much that you have given me the privilege and the opportunity to let people know, hey, take these tools and see what it is that you can do with them, because I can't tell you how to live your life. You should know what it is that you should do in order to elevate yourself spiritually. So yeah, I ain't got much going on except, yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity, my brother. And isn't it amazing, Dr. Bass? Before we get out of here, two things. I want to let people know, based off of what we mentioned with Shiva earlier, with the matted locks and whatnot. Get the books from Thomas Ashley Farron. The book tapping into Shakti, no, tapping into Shakti power. Thomas Ashley Farron, tapping into Shakti power, and Wendy Doniger O'Flanagan's book Shiva, the erotic aesthetic. Yeah, get those two books. Thomas Ashley Farron's Tapping into Shakti Power, and Wendy Doniger O'Flanagan's Shiva, the erotic aesthetic. Great books to literally tap into Hindu teachings, which is all our teachings anyway. Like, just like with the ninjas and whatnot, the Star Wars with the Jedi and the dark side. All of that is us. All of this is nigga, Naga, African, melanated knowledge. This is all our information. We're the ones who literally came up with this shit, my brother. They stole from us. And a second thing, hopefully I remember a second thing that I mentioned. Oh yeah, isn't it amazing, brother? Isn't it amazing that with these lives that we doing and whatnot, people could look back 100, 200, 500, maybe even 1,000 years with all this information saved and whatnot. They could look back and be like, huh, Brandon Bass, Andy Labardi. Wow, these brothers are impressive. They definitely know what they're talking about, especially if people during those times would have to apply all this information and knowledge for themselves and whatnot. But yet fucking Jesus and all these motherfuckers could not prove that Jesus could not prove by himself that he existed. Moses could not prove that he existed. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, like only Paul, who we know was a Gnostic priest, being Apollonius of Tyana. But having done my own research, even myself, I question whether Apollonius was a real person. But at the very least, I'm being honest about it. Do your own research and come to your own conclusion. But we know whoever it was, whether Apollonius was real, because we know Paul of the Bible was not real. But whether Apollonius himself was real, we do know for a fact that the individual who knew of all this Gnostic information, they literally experienced all of this, which is why they wrote this stuff. Because remember, when for those who were like in these sects and whatnot, when they died, the Romans and all these motherfuckers, they recovered all this information, but they wrote uh their Bible based off of the distortions and the lies that they created based off of those original works. You know what it is I'm saying, my brother? So essentially, Jesus himself could never prove to this very fucking day that he exists. And let me tell you something, just like what we've been saying time after time again, even if he did exist, even if Krishna existed, even if Asar existed, even if Heru existed, even if Aset or Mayat or all of these great energies that dwell within us existed, they're not fucking coming back for these silly ass religious motherfuckers. For what? Like, Dr. Bass, we can't go back. We can't go back, my brother. Any last words before we end this live?
Yeah, we definitely can't go back because all these great entities definitely ain't coming back for none of these folk. Definitely not. And it's just like a big motivation of like just to like have like once we're gone, like having like all of this, just like have like people like look back and like kind of see like all the stuff that we was talking about and everything like that. Just like whenever like a person dies, like XXX Tentacion or Juice WRLD and all these other great beings.
Tupac, Bob Marley, Michael Jackson. Ugh. The list is large. These brethren, I'd rather listen to them than read that piece of shit Bible, because all I know is that that Bible is nothing more than a distorted, interpolated, and twisted book based off of even more ancient scrolls and books and papyruses that date back to ancient civilizations. So what the fuck is so important about that damn Bible? And we already explained there were how many Bibles that existed before the King James Bible. So what the hell are these bibliolaters on, man? I don't know what crack they smoking, but bro, I don't want none of it.
Oh yeah, especially like with that video we was my son like was talking about like the drug cartels and like passing out drugs and then
Woody Harrelson, yo, thank you for brother, yo, you operating on yo, bro, you reminded me of that, yo, shout out to Woody Harrelson with that one. I mean, most assuredly, no way that they're going to fake a pandemic and like force people to stay indoors and not take sunlight, which is beneficial for your physical body, and regardless of what race you are. It's just that non-melanated people, so-called white people, there's only so much sunlight they could take. You know what it is I'm saying? But for us melanated people especially, like, we need to take in that sun and whatnot. And but surely these people, they have our best interest at heart. Surely they care about us enough. It's not like they're going to give us a poisonous vaccine or jab, which they're gonna totally fuck us up and spiritually hamper us and limit us from achieving what it is that we truly gotta achieve in the higher realms. I mean, surely Woody Harrelson, he was just coming up with some comedy stuff as these celebrities always do, right, brother?
it's funny, like you know what I'm saying like
Bro, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you best look to know. If you don't want to know, hey, don't waste our time. Don't waste our energy, because we've got higher realms to accomplish. We've got elevation, growth, transcendence, ascending beyond this realm to do. Please don't waste our energy. Please don't waste our time. Any last words, Dr. Bass?
right like and then for like the people who are gone like they made like a bigger mark when they were like gone instead of when they were actually here, so it really just shows you. And then you definitely hold the pen, so like you make we all are like kind of like writers and all those, so like you just have to hold the pen and write your own story instead of letting someone else write your own story too.
Dr. Bass, I more than appreciate you. I more than appreciate everyone who would take the time and yeah, just do their own research and literally look to achieve what it is that they really came on this earth plane to do. High vibrational, low vibrational. For the lower vibrational ones, look to elevate, become greater individuals to really contribute something positive so that you yourself could benefit from truly ascending beyond your low vibrational existence. Because for the low vibrational beings, hey, they have the opportunity to elevate and become something greater. Rashad Jamal himself, shout out to that brother. He keeps speaking about it. Yo, white people, no need to be pieces of shit. You're able to overcome this physical existence. You're able to overcome your body and whatnot. You're not your physical bodies. You are the spiritual beings operating these bodies. It's never too late for any of y'all, but are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to face your shadow? Are you willing to conquer the demons? It's all internal, by the way, because all the mythologies were speaking about throughout the ancient world, all throughout the ancient world, they was always speaking about the inner workings, the alchemical inner workings of our own universe. You know what it is? We are our own universe. We are the microcosm of the macrocosm and whatnot. But I mean to say, yeah, lower vibrational beings should look to elevate. Higher vibrational beings should look to literally return and move even to greater heights. Like Dr. Bass, thank you very much, brother.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like they just make it seem like everything is external, but not everything is internal, but it's all the other way around.
Dr. Bass, y'all are appreciated. Thank you so much. Peace.
Oh yeah, peace, man.